Here comes Kevin. I gotta say, I think Kevin lost weight. Yeah, he's still
say that
up.
and then ask for a movie role. That's how you do it. Butter them up. Yes. Always put a compliment out first.
There he
Kevin?
is. Kevin Smith.
How is everybody?
Hi, buddy.
In the
Pretty good, brother.
Yeah, doing good.
Hello. Hey.
What's going on, man?
Hey, man.
You lost a lot of weight. How much weight?
I know. I was saying
65 pounds.
Holy
fucking
Jesus.
When you're walking down the hall, I said Kevin lost weight.
I took, what was it, November 1st. I'm sorry, I can't hear anybody.
Oh, shit. Goddamn headphones.
November 1st,
Wow.
I started just eating the Weight Watchers meals, the ones you buy in a food store.
Yeah.
And then I started walking as well. Me and Malcolm started, like, walking in the hills.
Once you fucking just stop eating a lot and move around a little bit,
It's portion
it really
control.
Is ridiculous.
That was it for me. Like, at the end of the day, I just, I like to sit down, and that's how I unwind. I just sit there and eat. But I can't eat a bowl of cereal. I kill a box of cereal.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, there's milk left over. Let me kill another box. So at that point, it's just I eat like an American. And with the Weight Watchers stuff, it just teaches you to portion control. Like, I remember looking at the meal the first time and being like, there's no way. I'm going to have to eat fucking 5 of these in order to be sated. But after I was done with one, I was like, oh, I guess that's all you really need.
This sounds like an endorsement. I'm Kevin Smith, and I lost 60 pounds with Weight
No
Watchers.
doubt, man. Use
take
me,
off
man. I'm the guy, too. I'm the dude who'll hit people. Like, they always use people like Marie Osmond and shit.
Yeah.
Use a motherfucker like
It's
me,
you.
where people are like, if he could do it, holy shit, I could take off the weight. But yeah,
I've heard him.
It's good.
What are
It's
you
nice.
craving since November?
Nothing, man. Honestly,
Wow,
like,
really?
I think I just fucking I went so nuts for so long eating whatever the fuck I wanted that you hit a place where you're like, I'm okay to put it all down for the time being. There's nothing I miss. There's nothing I'm like, oh, if I can get my hands on that shit.
Do you have any of the desserts, the Weight Watchers desserts?
I did. They do a cookie dough ice cream dessert. It's like 170 calories, and it's like a one shot. It's pretty small, but it's just enough sugar or something like that.
You got to get the raspberry chocolate pops.
Is that what you dig?
Yeah, I love them.
Well, you don't know what the fuck.
I don't know.
You're all thin and shit.
We just happen to have one
I
of
ain't gonna
those.
take advice from no thin man. You should get this bullshit.
We happen to have them in the freezer, and I'm like, God damn, this Weight Watcher food isn't bad at all.
It's not bad.
So
Me and my
now
old
I buy it
lady-
as my stupid snack.
Yeah, my old lady was one day she saw me cooking up and she's like, how can you eat that prefab food? I was like, they make a macaroni and cheese. She's like, really? And she's been eating that and shit even though she's thin.
What do you do,
don't eat that
points?
fat person. What is it?
Points or something?
Yeah, I think it was like when I started, I think I had like a max of 31 points a day or something like that.
And then what are you down to now? The same amount?
Well, I didn't really follow it strictly in terms of like doing it on the website or blah, blah, blah. I just knew here was my ceiling of 31 points. So for me, I was like, if I'm anywhere below that per day, that's good. So basically, that's what I would do. I'd just eat like 3 or 4 of those meals. It would be under 31.
Was that for health or vanity or like what made you decide?
I don't know.
gotta-
Honestly, I think by the time I got around to it, I don't know if it was. I mean, long-term health, of course, because when you're younger, you don't think like, oh yeah, any of this stuff's ever going to come back to haunt me. I could smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day. I'll live forever.
All I have to do is quit when I'm 50.
Yeah. Do the deathbed conversion. Where
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Lord. When I got to 50, I just start dieting heavily. But I don't know. I just hit this place where I was like, I'm going to cut weight. I just got tired of eating, really. That was it.
Really?
How many more
Just a
pounds do you want to
chore.
do?
I'm going to drop 35 more.
So you want to do a solid 100.
Yeah.
And then what happens? That's the big problem with a lot of people. They hit their goal weight, and then what? Then they feel like, all right, I could just go back to
It used to be problematic for me because I used to do this diet drink, Optifast, where essentially you just drink 6 drinks a day.
Right.
And you cut weight fast.
Sure.
But the problem is the moment you start eating again, the weight comes back on. But I haven't stopped eating. I've just controlled the eating. So
You
even
can't
when
not
I hit
chew
100,
when you're fucking. You can't just drink shakes. You got to chew.
yeah, there's something about it where it drives you a little crazy after. But it was good. I believe in Optifast for people who are like really heavy and stuff. It's an easy way to cut weight. 'cause
drop
it
some
tastes
out.
kind of good and one. I mean, look, there's no easy way to cut weight, but that's kind of a very controlled method
Right.
where if you're not eating food or solids, you are going to drop some pounds.
Now, yesterday, I don't think you watched the Super Bowl, did you?
I didn't. I just
'Cause
heard. I just literally asked a cabbie. I was like, "Who won that
Okay.
football match?"
I wasn't sure. I was
The
all
big football thing.
I was all over Twitter, and I read a few of yours. I'm like, I think he's not watching today.
Yeah, I know.
You were talking about all sorts
I
of
was
other
talking
things.
about like Roseanne or something like that.
Right. The whole world was trying to talk about the Super Bowl, and I'm like, Kevin's doing his own thing today.
Not for me. I'm a hockey dude, man. I can't talk hockey during the Super Bowl.
You can't get into the whole Super Bowl, the pregame, the halftime show, the dumb commercials.
No, but it's
just
not,
from a pop culture standpoint.
I'm not like one of those dudes that's like, I'm against it. I'm just like, I'd rather be
I didn't really care
anything.
about the game. I just felt like being part of it, I guess. I don't know.
The party thing becomes more like that. Like I had a party yesterday, but it's like, hey, you kind of have the game on a few of the TVs and shit. But for the most part, you're just bullshitting with your friends and fucking off and
eating,
drinking and eating.
There's all that.
It's like it does. I think if the Jets were playing or the Giants, I probably would have paid more attention to the game. But apparently, it was a good one. It was close and
turned out to be all right.
Kind of exciting.
They said it was going to be a close game too. So
I saw a picture on TV of A-Rod kissing Cameron Diaz.
No,
only football coverage.
It's even better. She was feeding him popcorn.
That
doesn't help
nice.
his image because he's already
A-Rod.
looked at as a dick.
Is he really?
Oh yeah.
In what way? For what? Why is it?
He's just
makes too much money, doesn't perform.
There
That's
they are.
pretty much it. Yeah. It's just looped.
and now it's looped for everybody's enjoyment.
I mean, are
Cameron
people
Diaz.
irritated by this?
Anytime A-Rod is on video, they're annoyed.
Why don't they like him? He seems like a decent
He's
dude.
hateable.
Is he really?
Yeah, man.
What is he? Does he say shit where he's just like,
I don't know why.
No,
Hitler was right, like that kind of thing, or no?
I remember part of his contract with the Yankees is that he always had to make $1 more than Jeter, so he could
Jeter.
always be the highest paid.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
Did he
kinda-
really?
Just
I
dumb
think
shit
so.
like that.
Unless that's like some rumor I bought into. I don't know.
People love Jeter and they just don't like A-Rod.
And this is a dude who used to go with Madonna and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's been around, with a few
Kate
celebrities.
Hudson.
Yep.
And now he's just getting fed by her, by Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz.
Right on, man.
Yeah. He's
That didn't bother me. I saw that. I was like, oh, it reminded me of Us Weekly. I'm like, they're just stars. They're just like us, too.
They had a trailer for Cowboys versus Aliens.
Cowboys, Aliens, yeah.
Do you know anything about this movie? That's the first time I even heard about this damn thing.
Based on
And
a
now people are
comic
talking
book.
about it.
Based on a
It's a
comic
comic
book,
book
and
movie.
John Favreau directed it. That's all I know.
Huh.
Looks good, though, right?
That trailer looks
Yeah.
ridiculous.
They had a trailer on, I guess, about 4 months ago.
Oh,
maybe?
fuck, I didn't
It's been
see
out
it.
for a bit, but
How
they
was
want
the
my-
first time yesterday?
How is John Favreau as a director?
I've never been directed by him.
No, I mean, like, have you ever seen anything he's done?
Yeah, Iron Man. So have you.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Did you not like Iron Man?
No, actually, I had no clue he directed that.
Yeah, this is. He did Iron Man,
Iron Man
Iron
was
Man
great.
2.
Oh, okay, then he's good.
Yeah. I like those
I
Iron
dub
Man
him
pictures.
as good.
Yeah, he's done a fine job. And based on the reaction to Cowboys Aliens, apparently he's on a roll. He's doing this movie next, which I think is going to make $1 billion. Essentially, it's Night at the Museum, but at Disney World.
Oh, right on.
You know what I'm saying? Like closed park, all that shit coming to life. You can go a million different directions.
Oh,
with
yeah.
that.
Of course. I never saw
Wow, damn.
Iron Man 2. And I loved Iron Man.
Did Don Cheadle hurt it or no?
No,
Iron Man
he
2.
probably helped. I think, and I mean, he didn't. It's not like, oh man, we missed the other guy.
Terrence Howard. Yeah.
He was. They made a joke right at the beginning where he comes up and they call for Rhodey and he walks up the aisle and then Robert Downey Jr. is just like, hey man, where you been? And he turns and you see it's Don Cheadle and not the other dude. And he goes, look, it's me. Let's deal with it. Move on. And that's it. That's all they ever say, and then they move on with it.
That's funny.
But he gets a lot more screen time, man, because he wears the suit. He becomes War Machine. He's also wearing a suit. They fight and
Why
whatnot.
would Terrence Howard do that? What a dope.
There was somebody put a picture online of a marquee at a movie theater when Iron Man opened, and it said Iron Man 2, Terrence Howard 0. I thought that was kind of cute.
And Mike and Flores saying the $1 more than Jeter is not true.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not true.
whatever. I mean, I acknowledged that it was probably a rumor that I bought into. So
Mike in Florida, that was just a rumor?
Yeah, but there are a couple definites about it.
Well, you could all agree he's still a dick, though.
Oh no, he's an absolute douchebag.
Okay.
When he got
Just an
signed,
overall
he signed to
feeling.
Texas, he signed to Texas for $252 million, and the reason it was an odd number like that is because the highest sports contract at the time was $126 million, and he put it out there that he wanted to make double what the highest person
What?
ever made.
Scott Boras, I think, was his agent, right?
252.
That's
Yeah,
kind of rubbing
was
it
was
in
a
everyone's
Scott Boras
face.
thing.
What does he do? What's his specialty?
He was a shortstop, now he's third base.
Blondes.
Yeah, apparently so.
Big, fat purple lips as well.
What's that, sir?
He's got great.
We heard
fat
you.
purple lips.
We heard
Oh,
you.
Damn it, Jimmy! Damn you! Happy birthday, Punch Out Boy.
All right. Hey, that's the picture we're talking about. That's pretty funny.
Whose birthday?
No, and they just say that.
That's like a catchphrase for Jimmy now.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Because every day is Jimmy's birthday because he's a special boy.
Yay.
Every day's coming up Norton and shit.
Your shirt says "Puck you." You should be careful. People are going to misinterpret that.
There have been a few places. Where was I? KTLA Morning News. They're like, "Can you please stop wearing that?" I was like, "Why?"
Wow.
And they're like, "Because it's too confusing." And I'm like, "It's a P, not an
No,
F."
it's not confusing.
Yeah, it's hockey jersey.
It's a hockey jersey. It's a
Ta-da.
puck.
I was told to turn my shirt inside out once going into Disneyland in California.
What did it say?
It said something. I was
hate Jews.
I was just going to say the worst possible thing ever, but no.
I cleaned it up a little.
I can't do Hitler backwards.
It was one of those shirts where if you look at it, it just looks like a bunch of squiggly lines and spaghetti. Mm-hmm. But if you look close, it was an orgy going on.
Right.
It was just like a bunch of little people interlocked and having an orgy. I was young.
Yeah.
And
I was making statements on my chest. Hey, everybody, I believe in sex.
And I don't even know how the person saw what it was. It was that vague. You know, you really had to look close. But they're like, you can't go in the park with that shirt. It's not up to Disney standards. And I was like, oh, shit. So I had to wear an inside-out shirt. And I was broke back then, so I couldn't even buy like a Mickey shirt and fucking... Shit, I had to afford my e-tickets.
Right.
Back in the old days when you actually, had to buy those tickets. Then you'd go home with the dumb A's and B tickets because they stunk.
Not us. We always went on If You Had Wings.
If You Had Wings?
Because it was like an A ticket, or not A ticket, E ticket, or whatever. What was A was the worst.
A was the worst.
A
would get you on the carousel.
Yeah.
And like into the Snow White part of the castle
Same thing.
thing.
And then If You Had Wings, which was like Eastern Airlines presents.
Oh, I always
If You
liked
Had Wings.
I always liked Monsanto, Into the Atom.
Or the Carousel of Progress.
Yes,
now
Carousel
is
of-
the time. Now is the best. And there's
Carousel
old
of
white people
Progress.
sitting around talking about how good shit used to be.
That was great, the Carousel of Progress, especially the part where one of the employees got stuck in the gears that ran the thing and was crushed to death.
Is that did that happen?
Yeah. Some girl was working
Is this
there.
like the $1 more A-Rod thing, or is this true?
No, this is true.
It happened?
Yeah, I know a lot about Disney deaths. I'm fascinated by them.
Like the one where the rope snapped and
snapped on the
took the
Columbia.
dude off?
Yeah. And some Asian guy and his wife are standing there waiting for the Columbia to come in, that big pirate ship that goes along with
paddle
the
boat.
Tom Sawyer paddle boat.
One of the most boring attractions in
Oh,
all
God.
of any
The
Disney.
second you get on, you look around and go, oh, there's Tom Sawyer Island, there's this, Pirates of the Caribbean, there's the Haunted Mansion. How much longer is this stupid thing going to pedal around this goddamn lagoon? And then you see, you hear, hey, and you see these bad animatronic Indians because they got to be left out in the weather, so they can't be like the good Pirates of the Caribbean ones.
Right.
Just horrible.
Cheapskate.
And then once you got to the C ticket, then you started getting some good things. And then the E was Space Mountain and
Haunted Mansion.
Mansion.
When
yeah.
did they get rid of the ticket system?
That's been a long time already.
Yeah.
It's like they went to
weird,
the
the
pay
amount
one
of things
price.
you've seen come and go in your lifetime.
I know,
like
yeah.
tickets at Disneyland.
Tickets, Disney tickets, and they were pretty inexpensive back then too. Another cheesy ride was that Captain Nemo, the submarine thing.
Yeah, 20,000 Leagues Under the
20,000
Sea.
Leagues Under the Sea.
See people walking above you.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
like, you'd look out the window and be
You
like,
can make this a
"Oh,
little deeper."
plastic fish," but then if you look up,
Yeah, right.
you just see like some woman eating
A baby stroller.
fucking corn dog.
It's like great.
It's really taking me
You
out of
couldn't
this whole
suspend the
thing.
window of disbelief or whatever. You were like,
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
I'm not believing that
That's for
word,
the
actually.
illusion.
Just because I see a tentacle doesn't mean there's a giant squid here. And they just did the bubbles in front of the window every time they
Yeah.
were changing the
Yeah,
scene.
we'd
They're
change
like,
the
"We're going
scene."
deeper," and they just put bubbles, and you can see through the bubbles.
Yeah.
And you're like, "We're not going deeper. We're literally next to the other thing."
Ah, shit. Fantastic. Oh, a lot of fun. I used to go there all the time, just when I was living in California. Go there all the time just to fucking hang out. That was a place where, like, you would hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
Disneyland.
One of my
Just became,
first
like, one of
dates
those-
with Jen, I took her to Disneyland.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of fun date. You get to do a lot of close to
You
each
get
other
to show
shit.
off kind of like, I've got a childish side, but at the same time, you're like, let's fucking minis out. So, you can show you're whimsical and you show you've got an edge as well.
Take her on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride because it would fling them into you a little bit.
Totally. And then
Oh,
it takes
don't
them to
worry.
hell. Like,
Yeah.
that ride's amazing. It shows your whole life ends in hell.
Ends
and
in
then you
hell.
come back into the park. You die at the end of that ride. You get blown up and you're burning in hell. And then, and then they're like, "Gotta
Door
come
opens
again."
up, they smile.
They ended the ticket system in '82.
82.
Holy shit!
Wow, man.
Jesus
Almost
Christ.
30 years ago.
I bet if you had a few of those ticket books, you probably get what, $5?
I bet
you always
there
think it's a collector's item. There's probably
a collector market of some sort. Well,
Definitely,
they have those. Well, one of the things that's insanely popular there is they got this pin thing, like collectible pins, these cloisonne pins.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the word. And you can go up to any employee at the park, and if they have pins on them, you can be like, "I'll trade you." They have to trade.
They have to trade you?
Yeah, it's forced trading.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah, so you got a pin you like commemorating the death of your father.
Yeah.
And some motherfucker comes up to you, is like, "I'm gonna trade you for a Pluto." You're like, "Here you go."
Oh, fuck.
You know
you have to do it.
You know
Oh,
the
fuck.
employees put the shit pins on though in the morning.
Totally.
Like fuck
They
this,
keep the
man.
good shit at home.
Putting that-
Dukakis 88. Oh, that's a hot pin.
I don't like your flair.
You know, they also have a. It's the only place that serves booze in Disneyland, and it's a private club,
Club
and
21
restaurant.
or
Yeah,
22
yeah.
or whatever
Yeah,
it
Club
is.
22, I think it is, and it's right near the Pirates of the Caribbean, and it costs like thousands of dollars to become a member.
You can't even do that anymore.
And you can't-
Rogan texted me once. He's like, "I'm going in."
Really?
He got access
He got
to that
in?
club
'Cause you could
He
come
said
in-
it was boring. There was
No,
nothing.
I would assume it's like
it
a
makes it seem
boring
like
fucking-
once you get behind these doors, you could fuck any mermaid in Disney World.
That's it,
But once
man.
you get inside, it's literally a restaurant. You could have a beer. That's about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's it. They only accept corporate applications now. I'm a corporation. What about me?
Sweet.
I can,
What up?
I can
You're
do
in.
it if I want, but I don't want to.
They're like, "We remember you with the T-shirt. Get the fuck
Yeah,
out."
yeah. Wait a minute. You're the T-shirt
We know you
asshole.
like sex, and you like to wear it across your chest.
And I do love the security detail that they got there, the Mickey Mouse security.
Right.
They're like if you try to jump the turnstile for the monorail when they used to have turnstiles, now you could just go on the fucking thing. But we actually tried doing that once, getting in because we didn't have any tickets for the and Disney security comes up. They're everywhere. They come out of they're like Secret Service.
Yeah, they're like
What are they
ninjas.
dressed like?
Like Mickey.
Mickey?
Big, very awkward. You could run away from him really fast. So flopping his big
shoes.
dumb feet.
Hey, Kev.
There it is.
It is the actual pictures of the place.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Oh.
a shame? The internet has demystified even
Everything.
this.
That, yeah.
Like
that
you
is-
could have literally been like, "You know what happens in that fucking sick club?
Yeah.
Babies get eaten." But,
Some
and they
crazy
show you
cult.
the place, and it's just a restaurant.
Some crazy cult. You wear black hoods.
Yeah, it's like,
a lot
it's
of
like the Kubrick
chanting.
movie, man.
Yeah. Shit.
There were two more trailers during the Super Bowl.
Oh,
what
Super
else
8.
did they show? Captain America.
Thank you. Captain America.
How was that?
And Thor. Well, they all looked amazing. Trailers always look good, right?
Very
Oh,
true.
Club
But what
33.
you know anything about those two movies?
I mean, I want to see Thor. I had really no interest. Then I was at Comic-Con last year, and I saw a trailer for it, and I think it looks like Kenneth Branagh did a pretty good job. I mean, especially considering it's Thor.
He played Frankenstein, right?
Kenneth Branagh, he directed it.
Oh, okay.
And I think he was in it, right?
Yeah, I
like
thought so.
Robert De Niro played Frankenstein. I think he played the other guy.
De Niro, fucking horrible.
Remember, he was the monster.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. Fire.
What else did I see? I didn't see the
Super
Captain
8.
American trailer.
Yeah, no.
And I didn't see Super 8. How'd the Super 8
Super 8
trailer
looks
look?
Super
really
8 looks really cool.
They were
Spielberg
shooting
and
literally
fucking
where
J.J.
we were
Abrams.
shooting
Red State.
Red State. They were down like the road from us. We could see them. They were 100 feet building a train station with an overturned train or something like that.
Yeah, that's how the movie starts.
Yeah,
The
it's
only
pretty
escape.
badass.
But we were saying, why wouldn't they try to escape when the train was just going down the tracks?
Whatever that thing is inside the Air Force
Yeah.
car. Because it was probably
The
asleep.
train had to crash for now the alien to start pounding
It
on,
was
the,
sleeping.
on the side.
And how do you
Right.
know it's an alien?
Oh, true.
That's true.
Well, what do you
Spoiler
think it-
alert.
what do you
No,
think-
I know it's an
the
Air
fuck is
Force.
it?
Didn't you
It's an
see
Air
The
Force train
Fugitive?
truck.
Same thing.
Yeah. That's right. Maybe it was locked up really good with high tensile steel.
I guess they'll explain.
How long was the trailer? Was it 30 seconds, a minute?
Probably a minute, right?
Maybe.
They might have went a little longer because they were trailers.
It looked good. A lot of
that dude's
action.
good, man. J.J. Abrams
Fucking
knows how
Abrams
to
is
quietly
great.
make a movie without spoiling it and dropping it on people. Like when they showed the first teaser for Super 8, they hadn't shot anything except that teaser. So they work far out. They start their marketing before they even
That's
start
kind
rolling.
of smart, right?
One thing that
Especially for event
nailed
movies, yeah.
Star Trek, I fucking loved.
That was great.
Star
He
Trek.
did a killer job.
Amazing fucking rebooting Star Trek. First of all, that you got your work cut out for you because there's so many Star Trek geeks that will not accept anything that isn't good.
True.
And a whole new cast like that. the way they matched up the characters were amazing. I thought fucking McCoy, the guy that played McCoy, fucking looked and acted like young McCoy would have. It was
Carl
fantastic.
Urban, was that his name?
Yeah, was that who he was?
He's playing Judge Dredd now.
Oh, really?
Ugh, what are they? Another Judge Dredd movie?
Yeah, but this time they keep the helmet on him.
I didn't even know the helmet came off. I never
helmet
saw
on
it.
In the comics, he always has the helmet on, never takes it off, and then they made the movie with Stallone. The first 5 minutes, he took the helmet off, and everybody who was ever a fan of that book was like,
what
"Bullshit!
the fuck? Bullshit!
I didn't break the law. I am the law. That was the whole movie.
Yeah.
I didn't break the law. I am the law."
Oh, the Star Trek thing. Someone pointed this out, and I didn't even notice. But once they pointed it out, now, and I've watched the movie probably 8 fucking times. I love it. But I can't now not notice this. J.J. Abrams loves lens flare.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, my goodness.
He likes to cross over the
Every
light.
single thing had that nice neon blue and the red, orange, circular lens flare. Every time the camera moved, lens flare sweeping everywhere.
What is lens flare?
Lens flare is when a light catches the camera lens. And, like, for example, if you ever watch The X-Files, they would do it a lot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They always had flashlights, and they would go right across the lens. You're not
It would
supposed
almost
to
go
do
in the
that. You're
opposite
supposed to-
direction of the light.
Yeah.
The flare would go. A lot in space. Yeah, that's lens flare. That's a lot of lens flare. Is that a goof?
Yes.
It's gotta be.
Of
course
See,
it
other
is.
He
people
put two in
pointed
his eyes, too, over there. That is pretty funny.
Other people found out and kind of.
And that's the
ran
thing,
with it.
like, now a lot of people add them in post. Like, it used
Oh,
to
yeah,
be an
you
accident, and it would be something you'd go out of your way to avoid, and now people add it in post. Like, let's add some lens flare.
You know what I always loved watching old Columbo episodes? Whenever they had headlights going down the road, there'd be that second set of headlights that slowly merged across the first. It's like they
For the
can't.
reflection.
We don't know how to do this. It's just a reflection in the fucking lens. We can't figure it out. Can't take it out in post because it's 1973.
That motherfucker who played Kirk was a genius. That dude was
Really
Chris
fucking,
Pine.
really good. He had the whole Kirk fucking swagger.
He did the impossible. He invoked Kirk without invoking Shatner.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
He got the and the last scene when he crosses his legs like Kirk did, where, like a girl, and just goes Bones. It was a perfect Kirk.
Yeah, but you're
Pretty
not
amazing.
telling Kevin what took you out of the movie.
Oh, oh no, yeah,
You gotta tell
okay.
him. I don't know if he's ever heard this one before.
Well, that was Spock, and Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
Spock. In the future, that far in the future, you would think they would come up with something better than bad dentures that aren't staying in your mouth.
Right.
Because he was, I have been and always will be your friend.
Yeah.
His
Give me
son
1
says-
second.
The ship was coming through at a time. He's trying to talk over dentures.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, God, they would do something about that, wouldn't
Polydent.
they?
It will be and will always be your
Yeah,
friend.
your adhesive. Yeah, go to Rigel 7 and find something sticky. You suck.
are they going to make more movies?
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Obviously.
I think
right?
right after Super 8, they're heading into the next Star Trek.
I'm not-
That's a complete franchise, man.
I wasn't a Trekkie at all, but I fucking loved that movie.
It's so
fucking loved it.
They did the
fucking
impossible, man. They
cool.
rebooted it where you were
Yeah.
like, oh, they honored the original and they're taking us in a new direction, and I have no regrets
And they're
whatsoever.
rebooting Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, they're shooting
That's
it right now.
Why though?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be
Because
successful.
because who has it? Sony. Sony had the rights to it,
Right.
And if Sony didn't make a new Spider-Man movie within a certain period of time, the rights revert back to Marvel Studios, and so Spider-Man would now go to Disney, which owns Marvel.
Right.
So rather than let that happen, Sony's like, we're going to exercise our option to make another Spider-Man film, and rather than keep going with the Raimi ones, because they caught a lot of crap for the third one, I
Yeah, the
guess.
third one.
They
Cool.
decided to just reboot, relaunch, which was kind of controversial when they announced it. But now everyone's like, yeah, I guess.
It
There's
didn't
gonna be
seem
another
like
Spider-Man.
enough years went by.
No, I mean not at all.
I would love a
Just a couple
reboot
of
of a
years.
movie that just came out. Like
Next year we're rebooting Red State.
Yeah, do that.
Recast and
Just
rebooting the whole
recast
movie.
it, reshoot it with new people and shit. We're rebooting. Movie just came out. What the fuck?
You excited about the Red State thing at Radio City or what?
I am coming
Of
up.
course you are.
We
March
kick
5th.
off our tour March 5th. And we go
Coopersdale.com.
to Coopersdale.com for tickets. We start March 5th and we end in Los Angeles on April 9th, and the rest of the time we're just between all bunch of dates across the country, Boston, Chicago.
You're going to fly, take a bus?
I was going to bus, man, and then we were looking at the schedule, and some of the dates like were iffy as to whether or not I'd be pulling in like right at the moment we start screening. So I think there's going to be some flying as well. I don't think we're going to go. I think we're going to go.
You're
coach.
digging the bus.
I love my bus, but at the same time, there ain't no plane on the world they can't let me on now at this point.
That's
I dropped
true.
65 pounds, so I'm
you
like,
can't be
maybe I'll
with.
take some flights as well to keep it moving along smoothly. But yeah, I'm excited, man. March 5th, we do Radio City Music Hall. That's the first date. And it's a barn, and we will never fucking fill it in a million years because it's like.
But
6,
people need to know you're going to be doing something before the film. You got other guys from the film.
Jump up. Well, on that screening, that one's going to be our premiere essentially.
Yeah.
So the whole cast and crew will be there. But at all the screenings afterwards, I'm going to get up and do a Q&A, and sit there and talk. So if the movie's 90 minutes, then we'll probably do 90 minutes of Q&A afterwards. So it's like 2 shows for the price
cool,
of one.
man.
I got to kiss your ass for a second. I gave my brother tickets to see you out on Long Island.
Did he go out to the Westbury Music Fair?
He fucking loved you.
Oh, that was a good show.
He's now a huge fan. He loved the fucking show.
It was good. Yeah, it was a really good night, man. That's my favorite part of this gig is getting up and doing Q&A.
You can spin a yarn. You really can.
I like telling stories.
Kevin can talk. He could tell a great story.
Obviously, they're going to ask whatever they want.
Totally.
You don't have any. You don't have any questions set up.
Oh God, no. And here's my feeling for the last few years, people have been. It all started. I used to show the movie and then do Q&A afterwards. And then I was like, people coming to see the movie had already seen it, like on video and stuff. So I was like, why are we wasting time watching these movies again? Let's get rid of the movie and just go right to Q&A. And now I've kind of come full circle where we're going to start by showing the movie and then doing a Q&A afterwards. And it's like, yeah, it could be about Red State, but it could be about anything as well.
Right.
Yeah, I saw.
It's fun though.
Full Metal Jacket.
It's a fucked up movie. I want you guys to see it.
I can't wait.
Strange. You guys would be Radio City.
You got a copy on you?
No.
Yeah, right.
You guys got to see it at the theater.
Sure.
I got a kid now, man. I need a copy.
That's true.
I'm seeing all my movies at home now. It's awesome.
You don't go out at all?
It's tough. It's fucking tough,
Screw that.
You're only in the biggest city in the world with every movie theater available. I can understand how.
Well, we kind of blew it. My kid's now 9 months. Up until about a month ago, I could have went to any movie theater because he sleeps solid for 2-3 hours.
To Fight Club when she was.
Yeah, I'm out of that stage now. But we could have strapped them on and seen every movie, and we just didn't do it, unfortunately. But Roland's getting me every movie.
Sweet.
Exit through the gift shop.
Yeah, it was a cool flick.
You liked it?
Yeah, it was a cool flick, man.
Yeah, we were supposed to have the guy in on Friday.
Banksy?
No, of course not.
Right. But how would you know? You might have Banksy and you wouldn't even know.
I know. What's your take on that movie?
It's cool. I think it's cool. I mean, I think that's art. I think it's just like the idea.
You think it was what it was, or was there more going on? Like Banksy set up this whole fucking thing.
I think it's. I think the moment you start pulling apart, it's just like, the magic starts going away. You just kind of take it for what it is. Like, did you see Catfish yet?
No, what's that about?
Catfish is this documentary. It's pretty interesting. I watched it a couple weeks ago, and it's it starts off, these 2 filmmakers live with this one guy, and the one dude, brother of one of the filmmakers, he's a photographer here in New York, and he took this picture that went on some like giveaway magazine or paper, something like that, of 2 dancers in an Alvin Ailey like pose outside.
Right.
Then he gets a letter and a package, and basically there's this girl somewhere in the middle of the country, I think it's Michigan, who took his photograph and turned it into a painting. So the dude was like, wow, this is pretty badass, and whatnot. Starts a relationship with the chick's mom, and she explains that this little girl is like insanely gifted at art. She's really celebrated in her community, one of these outsider art people and stuff. He sparks up a relationship with the kid. He keeps sending her pictures he takes in New York. She paints them, sends them back, knows her mother, knows like she's got a sister. I guess the mother has a sister he starts a relationship with online and stuff. Jesus. He knows all these people that he meets via this girl through Facebook and all these different social media outlets. And then at a certain point, she starts sending him songs. She's like, hey, man, I'll record a song for you guys. What do you want to hear? And they would say a title, and like 5 minutes later, she'd send an MP3, and they're like, oh, my God, this sounds amazing. And then they were like, wait, it sounds like there's a club in the background. And then they started Googling, like, the song, and they found it on YouTube being sung by somebody else entirely. And they're like, this is weird. Then they start piecing, and they start looking into the story and unraveling it slowly, and I don't want to spoil the movie at all because that's what it's kind of all about, but
Damn, now I want to see this.
Yeah,
so
no
bad.
shit.
They go on
He's
a road
fucking
trip.
audio trailer.
They go on a road. If I can only sell my movies, they go on a road trip to go find this chick and her family because the mom's going like, we're just buying this gallery space. It used to be an old Sears here in town, and now we're renting it out. And we had our opening last night. And they, jump on Google and they find the address of this building. It's still for sale. It's been vacant for months. So they're like, something's wrong here. They all get in the car and they head out to Michigan. And what they find out there is pretty astounding. And the movie it's one of these movies where it really, afterwards, you start having discussions with people about, was that right? Was that not right? Who's right? Who's wrong? But I don't want to give it away, but it's when they start digging, everything starts coming loose. Like all of a sudden you realize that like all these people that he's known and met through this little girl are probably just one person.
Oh shit!
It's fucking mind bending.
I gotta see it.
It's a good watch. It's a pretty good watch.
It's called Catfish.
Catfish.
There are some movies that you watch that are good movies, but you just don't think about them or talk about them or anything.
Right.
After you're done seeing it, it's just you saw it.
That was
you're done.
good.
Yeah, that was good. Good movie.
Yeah.
And then other movies that might not even be that good. But there's something about them where you're on the internet fucking checking shit. You want to read about what that was, other people's opinions on what they thought this thing was.
Like Lolita.
Do you think that was wrong at all? I say no.
I just saw Adam Sandler's new movie. That's exactly what I was doing, man.
Which one?
Just go with it.
You went to? Did you see it on
And I
tape?
had to go on the internet and get more info on this movie.
Did you go out to see it?
That means yes.
No, Roland said, I went to a screening at Sony.
So you did go out of your house to watch a movie.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Good point. Very good point. You're right. But it was for the show.
If you'll make a trip for
you're
that dude,
absolutely
come
right.
on.
Yeah. No,
How was the movie?
No, the wife stayed home with the kid, and you know what? It's a rom-com. It's
Right.
not going to hurt anybody. It
is
as
what
far
it
as
is.
that goes, they
can
did a
hurt
good job.
people.
And we have
Rom-com.
Brooklyn Decker coming in actually from the movie. She's the hot blonde. You've seen the commercial. She comes out of the water in the bikini.
Yeah.
With the big jugs. She's coming in to say hi to us.
Jesus,
today.
big jugs.
That's why I went and saw the movie, so we could get some of these people in.
Right on. Well, look at you.
That's what I'm
man.
telling people
Networking and
quid
shit.
pro quo.
And I changed my opinion on Jennifer Aniston. She's so fucking hot.
What do you mean? You were an anti-Aniston?
I thought her pussy
Anti-Sim?
smelled.
He's come up
I
with
hear
a
that from
conclusion.
so many people. It's crazy.
I really think we started because it has a little bit of a buzz now, and I like to think me and Ann and Jimmy started this one. That's why she doesn't have a guy. We think her pussy smells really
Like
bad.
she can't keep a man, but she's hot. She seems cool.
She has that.
So we thought it had to be something hygienic.
I would imagine that pretty girls are high maintenance to begin with.
Yeah.
You add superstardom and you're one of the friends and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Makes it tough.
I think that's
I
probably.
would imagine that's tough to. You're kind of sharing a relationship with the career as well.
Do you think the
It seems.
guy would be like, oh, I can't fucking deal with being with a girl that has this type of fame and notoriety?
Probably it has a lot
More
to do.
so
There
than
have to be a
her.
lot of insecurity. Well, they just talked about recently that almost every best actress winning Oscar of the last 60 years, 50 years, whatever it is, or I think it's 63% of them of their marriages end in divorce within a year after they win the award and stuff.
Oh, fuck.
Who else was it? Sandra Bullock?
Sandy Bullock recently, Kate Winslet. Before that, she was married to the director guy, and then they split up.
Tatum O'Neal.
As a child. But apparently, I guess when they win that award, a lot of the boyfriends or husbands can't handle the
Can't deal
success.
with
And
looking
off
at
they
that.
go.
Just looking at it on the mantle.
That phallic thing
every
sitting there, that
fucking
golden
night.
cock. It's just like, this is way better than you, buddy.
That big fat golden cock. That is so much bigger than yours.
This is all I need in life. I'd like to thank the Academy for this fat golden cock.
You're just part of a long list of people she thanked.
I would be the opposite, man. I'd be one of those dudes who's just like, did you see my lady win an Oscar?
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
eating out off that for 20 years, man. I was like, hey, my old lady won an Oscar.
Take it
Here's a
with
nice
you.
table.
Whenever you go out, bam, on a table.
You know what this is? This is
Like
an Oscar. I didn't win it. She did.
Hostess at the restaurant, right at our little fucking podium. Bam, table. Wife is great.
What kind of table does this get us? That is an Oscar.
Yeah, but if you're the husband, it's still annoying, though. It's like, yeah, it's great, but does that mean you're finally going to take it in the ass? Nobody cares about your fucking dumb statue. Blow me without scraping my dick with your teeth. I'll give you a statue.
We should break, because I think Piers is going to come in here soon. We should
Piers?
get a break in before he
Piers?
shows up. He's the new Larry King. He's doing
I was
this.
supposed to be on a show. That's why I came out east to be on his show.
Oh, shit,
but
what happened?
What happened?
I was supposed to be on today at 5, and I just saw that it's somebody else. They said next week, because he does it out of Los Angeles.
I know what it is.
They're doing a lot of Egypt.
Because Anderson Cooper got punched in the face.
Yes.
They want him on his show today because he's coming back from Egypt.
Yeah.
Everybody that got
Oh, so you're
punched.
doing Piers Morgan show?
Yeah, I was supposed. That's why I was
cool.
coming east to do the
Oh,
Piers
shit.
Morgan show. But then at the last minute, they're like, with this Egypt
I think they
thing,
got
can you
Anderson
do it
on
next
today.
week or something? So
I actually canceled that because I felt they disrespected you. I'm like, fuck you, I ain't doing it.
I love you, man.
Bad boy, Kev.
Good looking
Bad boy, playing a goalie.
He is, man. That's going to be awesome.
All right, we got Kevin Smith. More with Kevin Smith. Of course, Red State, March 5th at Radio City Music Hall. Go to coopersdell.com for tickets. And we really have to buy a ticket, huh?
Fuck yeah. I'm making
We have to
my mother
buy
buy a
tickets this
ticket.
time.
Yeah. I got no company behind me. This is all me. You should see.
Be an
Dude, even
honor.
coming out here, I was like, we got to stay at a Sheridan or something.
Yeah,
You know, 'cause it's all
no
on my
more
dime
Four
now.
Seasons.
It's
No
not even
doubt.
about the money. It's like, how do I even buy a ticket? Can I give you
line, you fucking
Can I
fool.
give you money and you just hand me a
Opie just wants
ticket?
to pay you money right
give you
now.
money.
Give me
Just
some
get a
cash.
ticket.
I'll get you some tickets, dude.
Make it easy for me. All right, more with Kevin Smith, Piers Morgan, and then, of course, Brooklyn Decker. Very busy show.
Virus, Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony.
Got Kevin Smith in the studio, and we're going to have Piers Morgan in a few minutes here. I think he's wrapping up with Howard and coming down the hall to say hi to us. That's kind of cool. That's another big booking.
He's topical.
And then we got Brooklyn Decker, who's doing the Morning Joe right now with Joe Scarborough.
Morning Joe.
She's hanging with the boys, talking, I don't know,
We got
whatever they talk about on that show.
We got to look at her. You know, we got a good look at her.
Not for nothing, but there's a big guest already here, motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Shit.
I certainly said that,
You
Kevin.
did. You were very kind.
Yes, Club Soda Kenny.
Yes. He said guess, not big dope. Sorry, Kenny.
You found the Egypt thing? You got a take on that? I don't even know. I probably should ask
particular
that.
take. Do you have a take?
I just love watching it. I love watching that type of TV.
I love that show.
And
Yeah, it's a great
show.
show. It's a great show.
It's amazing to
I don't
watch.
think the
I
finale's-
saw a description the other day where they were saying that two groups were hurling rocks at one another from behind cars like a snowball fight,
Yeah.
which sounded kind of charming until somebody gets hit by a fucking rock in the head.
We did
Big
it. We
rock.
did this bit Friday.
Did you?
Yeah, no, and
They got.
Oh yeah.
we talked about how cool like snowball fights and
Dirt bomb fights.
dirt bomb
as a
fight
kid.
were great until you got hit with that dumb rock.
Until somebody had to run
and
it
then
with
the
a
game
rock.
changed.
Who's a rock in that one?
Yeah, you fuck.
And I've seen, I saw where they actually pile up rocks like little ammo piles. These guys in Egypt, and I saw these rocks. They're not like, and I know getting hit by any rock in the head has to really hurt. But you know, here in New York and stuff, you get it's pretty much a round rock.
Right.
It ain't that there.
No.
These are these sharp, jagged, like clumps.
It looks
of,
like somebody took a giant stone in a quarry, shattered it,
shattered
and then
it.
gave out the pieces to throw.
Oh,
Exactly.
The rocks are coming from ruins. Of course they're going to be
Yeah,
all.
like ancient friggin' rock on a pyramid rock.
You see all the helmets they're making to make sure they don't get hit. Oh, you finding it, Danny?
Yeah.
Breadman?
Breadman,
Breadman
is
rules.
the best.
You haven't seen this yet, Kevin?
Breadman is the best.
There's a
That
whole
guy
montage
is
of guys
fantastic.
that, you look, they don't want to get hit in the head with rocks, but they don't have fucking hockey helmets
He's
there.
tied water bottles.
There's a whole.
To his
what-
head.
Smart, man. That's kind of
Yeah.
genius.
I'll get a tiny URL going.
What?
I'll get a tiny
Yeah,
URL.
please.
and
Yeah,
we'll get it.
I'll tweet that a little later. But the guy who made a helmet out of bread.
I want to see.
Classic.
I want
Can
to
you
see
find that?
Mythbusters bust
Yeah,
some
it's
of these.
here, but
helmet
it
myths.
gets better as you go, as I found. So I just kind of
This
like
looks
looking
like
all
a
of
carton
them.
of cigarettes.
Yeah, that guy's got a box on his
That
head.
guy has a rock.
He's got a rock on his head. Doesn't he know energy will transfer through a hard object like that?
Looks like he has an old school toothache.
A cartoon toothache.
A cartoon
heart.
toothache. Thank you. Yeah.
He's got a bucket,
That
man.
guy just put a bucket on his head.
Buckethead lives.
Buckethead. That guy's got a pot.
This dude's out of a kid's
Very good.
cartoon. He's literally got a pot.
These were actually taken 2 years ago. Those are just hats that they wear in Egypt.
That is like a Little Rascals helmet.
Look, they look silly, but they're pretty smart. I don't see the other guys in the background.
What
with
is that,
their
a
hats
wasp?
on.
Smart would be going home so you don't get hit by anything.
Yeah, that's true. This
good
guy's
point.
holding some kind of what?
Have you ever wanted freedom so bad that you strap
Are you guys
bread
ready?
to your
I love
head?
this picture. It's
Yeah,
There we
wait,
go.
let me see. Because
what
that one
is
looks
that?
like the top of Brett Favre's dick in that picture. It's just an awful dickhead.
What is that?
It looks like a wok or something.
I don't know what
some
it
kind
is.
of cooking. It's probably some kind of ancient cooking
Whatever
thing.
whatever
right.
it is doesn't. It looks like a rock would hit it and it would shatter.
That would shatter. The idiot it's probably priceless, something he stole out of the museum.
Here it comes. Is this the one?
Oh,
Redhead?
This is the one that everyone's talking
All
about.
right. The guy taped bread to his head.
This guy
Princess
had-
Leia.
He had no idea, man, what he was stepping into history with this accessory. Look at that.
Breadhead is the good new guy that's ending up everywhere.
The first thing I did this
this
morning
thing is everywhere.
was I made one of those demotivational posters that you can make yourself, and I just cropped him, and the title was Brain Food, and then under it just said, "You're doing it wrong." So that was the
could,
first thing I had to do this morning.
You could
This
roto
dude
him
could
out really
he
easy.
what do they have over there? President? Is it a president or premier?
Yeah, president.
This dude could probably run for president on this picture alone.
Just that picture.
I trust this guy.
He
Trust
ran
me
into-
to run the country.
He ran into battle with nothing but bread taped to his head.
It's fucking smart though, man. You get hit by the
Hero.
head in the bread. The bread will protect you.
Yeah.
When you're hungry, you can eat the bread.
The bread.
And it's also a conversation piece.
When the revolution's over, you got lunch.
You got to. You know what though? You got to start picking strategically. You don't take from the top, where you might get some damage.
Yeah.
You start with the ear guards he's got.
Yes.
It's like, all right, I could get hit with
He eats
a
from
rock
here
in the
down
ear.
below.
Yeah, really low.
I don't need to protect
He does. Somebody said
I don't need
Princess
to protect
Leia.
my cheek.
Yeah, Princess Leia.
He's got a
with the,
Princess Leia thing going on.
the-
Instead of Bialys, he's got looks like buns.
breadhead, and he's psyched. He's in the battle.
This picture is everywhere. He's the man. So I don't know. I just love watching these big over the top events when they.
I want to Photoshop him into something.
Yeah,
later
it's
today.
it's so usable.
He's so easy to cut out too. He's so. The lines are very defined
it's pretty
on him.
clean.
You could definitely
Was
pop
he
him
watching
out
the Super
easy.
Yeah, I was
Bowl?
about to say he should be on the field.
He's doing the touchdown.
Yes, perfect. He's calling a touchdown. Do it.
Yeah, we'll tweet this fucking website. I didn't know there was a whole bunch of pictures on one site. Then
Yeah, I found it this morning. I'll make a tiny
wait,
URL.
that's
that's
cool.
great.
Hey, we talked
Classic.
about it a second ago, but your goalie, man, got fucking
DiPietro.
decked, dude.
I'm so
decked by a
good
penguin
one.
of all people. Not even the main
backup
penguin,
goalie.
the backup
I forgot
goalie.
his name.
Backup penguin.
Anderson, I think, or one of the had an A, didn't it?
I don't remember.
Mr.
now, but-
Anderson.
I was telling
Mr. Anderson.
but see, it fractured his cheekbone or his face, and he's out 6 weeks. And
That fight. So wait,
I don't want to defend him, but it looks like it was more of a forearm, possible elbow.
so it wasn't fist
It was
on
kind
cheek.
of. It looked more like kind of an MMA hit or something. I don't know.
And for those who don't watch hockey, a goalie fight's very rare.
Yep.
Yeah, because what problem could they have with the guy that's all the way on the other end of the ice? I never
yeah.
understood that.
We were
But it's just
talking-
if you get caught up in the our team versus your team,
Right.
then every once in a while you'll see goalies drop helmets, gloves, sticks,
Right.
and skate toward one another, and everyone goes ape shit because it never happens.
Yeah.
man. We're here, it's gonna happen. And this fight lasted fucking
A second.
maybe
More time to get to center ice so they can fight.
Pretty much, and
Yeah.
they get there,
I'm so
grip one another.
embarrassed.
The
embarrassed.
penguin dude threw his fucking punch, and DiPietro went down. Man, it was kind
Right
of sad.
down.
And then, like Anthony said, then the guy was cocked, like, I'm going to give you a couple more shots. And then he felt sorry for
He
him.
did.
And
He
then,
pulls his arm up, and then he
just
gives it
went,
like.
and then they show
it's
the
not
Penguins
worth it.
bench, and everyone's laughing. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
fucking
when he came
mortified.
back to the bench, everyone's patting him on the back, laughing like, "Oh, you fucking."
Fleury, yeah, the other
second.
goalie was
The-
just like, "You lucky son of a bitch."
The only defense I had was I just started tweeting videos of Billy Smith beating the shit out of people.
Billy
I'm like,
Smith
oh,
was
yeah,
a
well.
great
Billy
bruiser.
Smith slashing
Right.
Gretzky across the fucking
Was he the
ankles and
great?
whatnot.
Was he the dirtiest goalie of all time?
Oh, one.
I've had this
definitely.
discussion with
I don't know
people.
about dirtiest, but he was
filthy.
definitely he pushed the job and was just like, "Look, it's
He
my
would-
crease.
he would
I
slash
will do what I
people.
want in my crease."
He didn't give a
would just
fuck. He would fight
Fling
anybody.
his stick across the crease.
He was a
Get out.
badass.
He was
man.
truculent. He was surly, man.
was a-
Entertaining.
And you're gonna have a goalie fight in your movie, right? Goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be you. You're gonna have to skate out to
You
the
have
middle.
I don't want to fight.
That'll be your
I
thing.
wanna
Your thing is
talk.
you don't want to fight.
I don't want to. I don't like violence.
You throw up. He goes to punch you, and you immediately throw up on the ice.
We got a
Oh,
hot.
that's great.
We got a hockey fan that wants in bad. Jim in Pittsburgh. Jim, what's up?
Hey, it's Tim. Hey,
Tim,
how
sorry.
are you guys today?
All right, man.
That's all right.
Hanging with Kevin
Hey,
Smith.
I was at the Penguins game on Wednesday night when DiPietro got knocked out, and it was a punch. I mean, it was DiPietro came skating out smiling. They showed it slow motion on the big screen. And
Can they file assault charges for that, though? They were saying in sports you could file assault charges for fights like that.
Well, I mean, Marty McSorley got charged with assault when he hit Donald Brashear, right, in the back of the head, and he went down. Yeah, well, he tapped him on the back of his, hit him, tapped him, whatever, and Brashear kind of went back without a helmet, came off, and he bashed his head on the ice. And so Marty McSorley, I believe he got charged with assault or something like that. But in this case, you can't really charge with assault. Everybody's fighting.
They brawl. That's part of the game.
DiPietro is just so frustrated. He said, all right, I'll fucking fight. And then he can't even do that properly.
6 weeks. So they shot. What is it? They fractured his jaw?
It was, I don't know if it's the jaw or the cheekbone, the face. I don't know.
I can't say. Danny keeps popping other pictures of
Breadhead.
It's everywhere.
Guy.
Bread helmet Egyptians.
Bread helmet Egyptian.
If you want to check it out online.
This is the dude you guys need in goal.
He
looks like he can take a punch to the head.
he can.
With his bread pads.
Is that the same guy? Yeah. He has different bread helmets?
He's got giant baguettes up his shins.
It's just a different angle.
He knows he's on to something, man.
Oh, he does. He is the best. Look how angry he is. He's just screaming with his bread.
He's screaming
on his
for
head.
butter.
And it looks like it's not even taped. It's like cellophaned.
God
it's like,
bless him.
Yeah, they don't have any helmets, but they have a lot of saran wrap.
yes, saran wrap and various water bottles. I don't know. I'm thinking Mythbusters. I want to see if they bust this myth. Will a bread helmet actually protect you against a rock?
We're going to shoot a man with a 22 caliber bullet.
You know how great a 50 cal would look bouncing off that fucking
God
bread?
damn. Make it look like a jelly donut.
Someone on instant feedback, Breadman is the new Heineken looter.
The looter, yeah, the Heineken
Took the
looter.
place of the Heineken looter.
What was the Heineken looter?
Oh, that guy was in every
picture
Photoshop
was
thing I've
everywhere.
ever seen since Katrina.
Katrina.
He's one of the Katrina guys.
The Photoshops, they didn't even need to make sense. Like, as long as that guy was in it,
If he
it
was in
fun.
it, it was funny.
This guy
it didn't matter.
This guy's rocking a fucking bucket of Heinekens during one of the worst disasters
I saw one where he was just
in
on,
America's history.
He was like on the moon, and it was funny. It made no sense. Why would he be on the
He
moon?
does. He has a big bucket of
He's
Heineken.
just
man.
rocking the Heineken. Said, "Fuck, man, it's not gonna spoil my day."
He's famous.
Yeah, he is.
That guy's famous.
They
You're
track him
dumb
down?
computer.
Huh?
Did they track him down?
They should. You think
That's
Kimmel
a
would
good
have done
question. Yeah, I don't know.
Looter loves you. They put his head on the Buddy Christ body.
that? Oh shit! Yeah, they
It's just
did.
crossed over into my world.
Looter loves you. Yeah.
Look at him.
That guy is he is styling. Look at all the Heinekens he's
That's a
got.
heavy.
I mean,
fuck-
honestly, and he's got the one in the back pocket. I'm with him, man. You're knee deep, waist deep in all
What are
that
you gonna
water. It's either time to drink or get stoned.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Hey, you still pot?
Yeah. Not now, but yeah.
No, not now. But I mean, you've lost. If people are just
yeah,
tuning in, how do you
ice.
handle that? 65 pounds you've lost, and
Piers
still,
is coming in.
Oh,
Danny will
we'll get
give
back
it
to that point in a second.
Done and done.
Well, oh look at ladies.
Just put him where Danny is.
Ladies.
This one, you want to give him this one?